scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver, pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends, don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much I have you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo.
Well, this week started off with a fucking bang, didn't it? WrestleMania Monday. Not even gonna be able to get to that to the next video, possibly, because I was thinking maybe I could combine this into one video. It'll be the WrestleMania week, continuing that. But, you know, I don't know, because I could be on this topic for a while, man. And I'm going to start off by saying this. I'm not a comedian, so what I'm finna say, if it make you laugh, it's just because maybe what I'm saying is hysterical to some people, but or how I deliver it is funny. But I'm being dead. This going to sound more of an assault. It's like Will Smith did last night. So, everybody talking about it, and it's funny because this ain't even a reaction channel or no shit like this, but I have to talk about, because this been eating at me all day. Like, I've been talking to family members, my homies and all that about this, and I'm so happy that I fuck with the people who I fuck with, because everybody who I fuck with done basically had the exact same reaction that I done had to this same issue. And so that's why I say Twitter is not a real place. Twitter is free. So you're going to see a lot of bozos get on it and just, you know, say just moronic shit. All right. But that is not real. Will Smith, I don't watch the Oscars. Okay. I don't watch the Oscars. Will Smith smacked Chris Rock last night at the Oscars. He went on stage. I'm pretty sure you done seen it by now. If you haven't, you can easily go see it. It's everywhere. You could just type it up. You can see it anywhere. He went on stage and slapped Chris Rock after Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's head, bald head, basically. Now, he didn't. I'm pretty sure Chris Rock didn't know she had a disease. And if she did, I don't think this is a joke that was off limits. Like, he basically said, Jada, I love you, but can't wait till G.I. Jane 2. If you don't know what G.I. Jane is, if the movie, it was a bald-headed, the main character, the female lead, the woman lead, I can't remember the actress who played the lead in that movie, but she had her head shaved in the movie. She was bald in the movie. It was a light joke. I done heard comedians pop way worse jokes. To me, personally, that was a light joke. Not to mention, forget the fact that it's a comedian cracking the joke, okay? Just forget that for a second. Every fucking award show that I've ever watched or ever heard of or ever seen or glimpsed at, the host, whether they be a comedian or not, cracks jokes. I watched the ESPYs. I watched Peyton Manning crack jokes. That ain't a comedian. That ain't his job title. He still crack jokes. I see so many different hosts crack jokes, be comedic relief for the award show. That's their job. So before you go and say, oh, you can't be cracking jokes, like that was his job. Second off, like I said, that joke compared to a joke that he could have cracked, very light. Not to mention, I done heard now that he wasn't even the person who wrote the fucking joke. My problem with that is, why would Chris Rock even recite a joke that he didn't write? On top of that, I don't even have a problem with the fucking joke, because it is a light-hearted, funny joke. I call it white humor. That is light-hearted. That will get a crowd laughing. That is a light-hearted joke. That is, Chris Rock did not get on that stage and say to himself, I want to hurt Jada Pinkett Smith's feelings. I want to personally attack her. No, he a comedian. You acting like the motherfucker wasn't cracking jokes on people before her and that. Like, what are we doing right now? Like, this don't happen in every award show. For the people who trying to justify Will Smith's action, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you off rip, so you don't have to get through a whole long part of this if you don't want to stick around. And I'm cool with that. But listen, I'm just go ahead and tell you right now, the shit that Will Smith did was goofy. And the more and more I think about it, it's one of the top levels of goofiness I've probably ever seen in my lifetime. And I already know this video gonna take a while because I got a lot of shit to say about this situation, bro. Because ignore the fact that the shit was hella disrespectful, like stupid disrespectful what Will Smith pulled, and the fact that you did it to a black man. Like, I keep seeing people play this game of, oh, he wouldn't have done that to The Rock, he wouldn't have done that to the kings of comedy, he wouldn't have done that to a white dude. I understand all that, and I agree with a lot of that, because I'm even seeing people say I wasn't even thinking about none of that, because I'm like, The Rock's not a comedian, but I get it, because when you say a host, The Rock has hosted things. And if The Rock had specifically cracked a joke on her, he wouldn't have walked up there and smacked The Rock. But my problem is, bruh, how? Ignore the fact that you say he wouldn't have done that to another one of those hosts. Why would you do that to another black man who is a comedian? Ignore the fact that Will Smith done cracked jokes on people's bald head before. You can go look at the clips. Isn't Will Smith basically a fucking comedian? The majority of his roles are comedic reliefs. The majority of the things he do are in comedic relief. He is basically a low-budget comedian. How are you offended by that joke? Not ignore the fact that Will Smith was laughing at the fucking joke when they panned in at him. And then all of a sudden he got this mysterious energy. But to the people who saying, oh, he got to defend his wife, you can't crack jokes on people's... Are you serious right now? You can't be serious right now. A comedian cannot crack jokes on your wife. He did not call Will Smith's wife a bitch. He did not call her a hoe. He did not call her a prostitute. He did not say anything about the August Alsina thing. He ain't cracked no jokes like the jokes that I see people crack on Will Smith and his wife for the past 3 years, for the information that they've released to the world about their private life. He didn't do none of that. All that man said was, Jada, love you, can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2. That's it. If that joke bothered you that much to do what you did, my boy, seek help. And I'm telling you right now, he did that to the right motherfucker. I'm telling you right now. Because the thing that's really bothering me is, like I said, I don't really play the hypothetical game, even though I do understand what people are saying when they say it. I'm seeing people running around on Twitter talking about some fucking Will Smith would have done that to anybody in that situation. No, he wouldn't have. Like, I don't play the hypothetical game, but I'm not finna play that game either. Like, that motherfucker would not have went up there and done that to anybody. Like, miss me with that shit. Since we want to do that, yeah, let's play the hypothetical game. Put Dwayne The Rock Johnson up there and take that test. Oh, he was a wrestler. He can't be. Well, go ahead and take that test, Will. I want you to have The Rock crack that same joke and go up there and slap him. Shit. God rest Bernie Mac's soul. Let Bernie crack that joke. Mind you, Bernie would have cracked something far worse. Go up there and try to smack Bernie's Mac. Go up there and try to smack Steve Harvey. And for the people out there acting like this shit was cool or something like that, it wasn't. It wasn't. This don't make him look cool. To me, this like the biggest L. Dead ass, this is one of the biggest L's I've ever seen a celebrity make. And I done said multiple times, I really could care less for celebrities. Not in a sense that, oh, they make so much money. Could care less about that. I don't hate on people for money. More of in the sense, I feel like celebrities do a lot of stupid, ignorant shit for the sole reason of attention, and because they make money off of attention, and this is how they continue to do it. It feels like a lot of times, and this is not all celebrities, it just feels like a lot of times celebrities start off as nobodies, like a lot of us, or, you know, low people with no money. They get rich, become famous, and then they start to make unmoral decisions that they would not have made before the money. They start to do stupid shit that they would not have done before their money. No, you are not a role model, but you're in the public eye, and you're doing shit that you would not condone if not for the fact that you're rich. That's my problem with celebrities. This is the example. And I told one of my homies today, I told my cousin Crystal today, I was like, I look at this shit, and I literally was thinking to myself a couple days ago, like, so No, it was it was yesterday. I saw a post about Pete Davidson or Kim Kardashian, I think it was, and I was like, yo, celebrities continue to prove to me that they are some of the worst human beings on God's green earth, bro. If you believe in God, that like celebrities continue, and I hate saying that because sometimes I feel like that's a thing that attacks celebrities because they rich. But like I said, I want everybody to be rich. My sole problem with celebrities is they don't give a fuck about the platform that they have. Like Will Smith, how can you go up there and accept an award, the greatest achievement in your lifetime, per se, in your professional life? You achieve this award that you have never achieved before. You finally get this Oscar, and you go up there on a speech talking about you want to be a vessel for love and all this bullshit. 30 minutes ago, you just smacked Chris Rock. What? I can't listen to you when you talk about black love no more because you just went up there and smacked a black man for doing his job. I can't listen to you talk about you want to be a vessel for love when you legitimately just now were a vessel for hate. Like, that man did his job and cracked a light joke. Cat Williams would have murked that man. And yo, before I even keep going, because I might not even mention Chris Rock too much because it's people out there saying Chris Rock just took a L. I don't agree at all. I think the people who are out there saying that are hella childish, like super childish, like grow the fuck up. Chris Rock understood he had something to lose, and he understood the situation, and he probably in that moment understood, damn, this motherfucker must be going through some shit, to have got out of his seat and just pulled the stunt that he just pulled. Now, Chris Rock is a far better man than me, and I could only hope to one day be just to have the restraint that Chris Rock showed in that moment. Because it's no fucking way, for one, just for the simple reason I done been trained in fighting and I've taken up different fight styles and things like that. Will Smith is not approaching me and getting that slap off, bro. It's just not gonna happen, bro. If you've ever seen the video of the Canelo, when he was, I can't remember the dude who he was fighting, but they was at the press conference and dude tried to slap him and Canelo dodged it and was about to fuck him up with that counter, and he stopped himself. That's what would have happened, and I'm not saying I'm Canelo or no shit like that, but I would have fucked Will Smith up. I'm telling you right now, it's no way he would have pulled that bullshit off if I'm Chris Rock. But Chris Rock he understood he had something to lose. He understood how people would have perceived him if he had a fought back. And don't get it twisted, bro, because he stumbled over his words in a second. When he felt like he was finna crack another joke, he stopped that. And he looked like he was finna punch him. He was finna come back with it, and he stopped that too. So shout out to Chris Rock. He showed a lot of restraint. All he did was do his job. He did not deserve to be put in that situation. He did not deserve to happen for that bullshit to happen to him. And I would have no problem with Chris Rock if he never fucked with Will Smith again. Because I'm one of them people who, listen, I forgive you. I'll forgive you. But I will never fuck with your goofy ass again after that type of thing. Because it's not even, oh, one mistake, fuck it up. No. That level of goofiness is something I will never put myself in a situation to have to ever deal with again. I will never put myself in a situation to ever deal with some type of goofy shit like that again. To let some goofy shit like that happen again. Never gonna happen. Like that, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Will Smith could apologize, because I heard the reports that he apologized after this thing, and I don't give a fuck, bro. You are getting touched up, bro. Like Chris Rock, 57 years old, bro. He gotta call the shooters, bro. He gotta call the shooters, bro. Like, every single inch of my body don't like what transpired, bro. Just, it's nothing in me and I'm telling you, gotta stay off of Twitter with shit like this, because you just got the childish ass bozos who've yet to mature and grow up and achieve anything in life continue to say, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Will. You can't have people disrespect you. Where was this energy for August? If this about him disrespecting, you can't have people just. Where was this energy for all these motherfuckers on Twitter who disrespecting him and his wife on a regular basis? And I think it's real funny that the motherfuckers who I see tweeting, oh, he had to protect his wife, is the same motherfuckers who participated in those jokes that was cracked on Will Smith through the last, 3 years? I find it very funny he got this type of energy for a motherfucker who crack a joke, but not for a motherfucker who actually breaking your wife's back, who blowing your wife's back out on a nightly basis. You got that type of energy for the motherfucker who cracked that type of lighthearted joke, but not for the motherfucker who is actually fucking your wife. Where this type of energy when your wife is breaking all this news throwing all your personal information out there on Red Table? Why you not checking her, but you can check Chris Rock? What kind of shit is that? See, that's what I'm talking about. It's going to be a bozo out there, right? And I've never probably mentioned this before, but I might as well go ahead and mention this. I get very irritated when I hear people talking about alpha males and shit like, oh, I'm an alpha male. Like, hey, you call yourself what you want to. To me personally, I've never hung around people who do that goofy shit. Like, we might have done that clowning around when we was playing football or something. But nobody who I fuck with on a regular basis is walking around telling females and telling other motherfuckers that, yo, I'm an alpha male. Like, no, that's goofy to me. This motherfucker, what Will Smith did is going to have some goofballs out there saying that's alpha male type shit. No, it's not actually, bro. That's beta level type shit. That's clownish type shit. That's buffoonish type shit. You got mad at that. You had this type of energy for Chris Rock, a 57-year-old man who way smaller than you, who doing his job. I could give a fuck less that it's at the Oscars, but it's in a public setting on national TV. If this happened at the BET Awards, I feel the same way. I could care less that it was at the Oscars. It's the fact that it was on the national television in a public setting around a ton of not just your peers, other professionals. And this is how you decided to act over that little lighthearted ass joke. And people talking about, oh, he disrespected his wife. Like I said, where was this energy for all the motherfuckers who really out here disrespecting your wife? Because there's other comedians that's done crack jokes on him and his wife. I don't see him pulling up on them motherfuckers. And like I said, Chris Rock wasn't even the one who they said wrote the joke. So he better get them that hand iced up and get ready to go slap other motherfuckers in the back if he pulling up with that type of energy. Dead ass. That's bro. Like I said, bro, some of the goofiest shit I've probably ever witnessed in my 28 years of living, bro. Like, and I liked Will Smith. I'm probably not going. People always clown me because I be like, I like his movies and I can only name a couple of them. But I like a couple Will Smith movies. And yeah, I can name all of them that I like. Pursuit of Happiness, 7 Pounds, I Am Legend, and I, Robot. Them the only Will Smith movies I like, but nonetheless, I still think there's some really fucking great movies. And The Fresh Prince. And I just thought Will Smith was a cool motherfucker. This shit right here just completely flipped that. To me, this was whack. This was whack. Could you? I pray Dave Chappelle is writing up them jokes right now. But because I know Dave Chappelle a conscious comedian now, I do feel like he'll poke jokes at it, but he'll probably try to address it, talking about like Will is probably dealing with something. He'll probably go at Jada too. But he ain't walking up there on Dave Chappelle. I promise you that. Like that shit, bro. Like it's gonna be childish motherfuckers out there who see this as so cool. To me, this is weak. And clearly this motherfucker will need some help to pull a stunt like this. This motherfucker done been in Hollywood. He done been famous for far too long. He done been going to far too many award shows to be acting like this. And y'all thought Kanye had a problem. Boy, I'm telling you, Will did that shit to the right motherfucker, man. And like I said, to the motherfucker saying, oh, this what I want to know. Yeah, you and your wife, all this information that's done been released in your personal lives, y'all done had a lot to do with that, if not everything to do with that, right? The last 3 years, everybody in the world been cracking jokes on you and your wife, right? You decide to come to an award show, sit in the front row, or sit front center with a comedian who cracked jokes, who has cracked jokes on your wife before. What? You don't see the problem with that. If you that sensitive over jokes, bro, don't come. Don't come. Because if you think what Will Smith did was cool, then that's telling me that every fucking comedian that could crack a joke now, you feel like people should be able to just go up and slap him now. or attack him anytime they hit a joke. See, Will Smith really lucky, because if I'm Chris Rock, bro, after that slap, bro, you're not walking back to your seat, bro, real smooth, like that's not gonna happen. But let's just say I did have the restraint to not attack Will Smith back. Let's just say I was Chris Rock size, right? And I'm smaller than Will Smith, and I don't want to fight him back. Even though I don't give a fuck if I'm Chris Rock size, I'm still fighting you back, bruh. You gonna have to put me in the dirt, bruh. What you just pulled ain't happening, bruh. It's just not. But let's just say I did, possess Chris Rock's restraint, right? Bro, when you touch back on your seat, I'm talking about before you turn around and touch that seat again, I'm about to light your ass up, bruh. Like, you thought that joke was you got sensitive over that little joke? My boy, we about to be here all night. Fucking Oscar, my boy. I'm about to turn this shit into a Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith roast session, my boy. They gonna have to come and take me off the stage, my guy. I'm about to send you and Jada through the ringer, my guy. I'm about to roast the fuck out of y'all two bitch ass motherfuckers. I'm telling you right now, y'all motherfuckers got sensitive over that. Y'all thought that hurt your feelings? I'm really about to hurt your feelings. I said that being funny. These jokes, I just cracked that joke and said, Jada, I love you. Jada, fuck you. I'm about to, bruh. Y'all motherfuckers about to be sizzling, bruh. I'm trying to tell you, bruh. It's about to be a fiesta in this motherfucker, bruh. It's about to be a fajita plate going on. The crackling, sizzling, and popping that's about to go on after I get done with y'all two motherfuckers. I'm telling you right now. And all that extra energy you had when your ass was sitting down. See, I have a big problem when people get loud. But not only that, when you walk away, or when I walk away and you keep talking, or you decide to turn it up a notch, like Will did when he said, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Right then and there, if I'm Chris Rock. See, Chris Rock said, okay, I will. Right there, I would have been like, but fuck you and your wife. I'm about to set y'all asses ablaze, my nigga. I see how I was about to. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna light y'all two motherfuckers up, bruh. No two ways around it. See, my problem is I know Chris Rock has some real ammunition in the holster. I know he has some real clips in there. I know he has some real flames for Will Smith ass. But Chris Rock is a professional. He understood he had something to lose. He about to go on tour with Kevin Hart. He on to bigger and better things. Will Smith will lose some things over this, I'm pretty sure. The Oscars is saying they really is going to take some, and I think the Oscars should take, hey, listen, I love black people. Fuck that right now. This ain't about loving black people. This shit was not right, what Will Smith did. If you that sensitive about something like that, your ass shouldn't have never showed up to this motherfucking award show, bruh. Straight up. And I understand defending your wife, and I understand protecting your wife. This ain't the setting. Context matters. Context matters. What award show do they not crack jokes on people? It is not like Chris Rock went up there, tried to be malicious and evil and had venom in him when he was like he just sitting there roasting Jada Pinkett Smith. Never did he do that. And like I said, Will Smith was laughing at the fucking joke. To be honest with you, man, that's disgusting. It'd be very hard. And I see that the thing that probably irritated me more than it really wasn't nothing that irritated me more than the slap. But the sauce on top of it, like just the vinegar on top of it all, bruh, was the motherfucker's acceptance speech, bruh. You saying Denzel told me that when you at your the highest, the devil will come in. So Chris Rock the devil, G? That joke right there turned Chris Rock into the devil, like, my guy. And then you apologize to the Academy and all your peers and shit, but not to the dude you slapped. Because that joke was so offensive to you. All this I heard Charlamagne say you bled on a dude who didn't even cut you. Facts. Because you taking all these paper cuts and all these cuts from the motherfuckers on Twitter and the motherfuckers around the world who cracking jokes on you and your wife, that you decided that little ass joke that Chris Rock just popped on you was that's what set you off. Nah. You decided to be a bully in that situation. The Fresh Prince wanted to be a bully. He wanted to pick on a little motherfucker who was smaller than him. You think he pulling up on a motherfucker like that if he had the BET Awards? And I can promise you motherfuckers gonna have their security around him now when Will Smith at award shows if he get invited back to these shit, since they know motherfucker want to pull up on motherfuckers like that now. I'm gonna tell you right now, Chris Rock gotta hire new security, because I'm telling you right now, if I'm Chris Rock's security, you might have fooled me by walking up on him and slapping him like that, but I promise you, my guy, you're not making it back to your seat before I walk up on that stage and put your ass in the dirt, my guy. You're not walking up on my guy. Fuck you and your wife. Straight up. Straight up. See, that's what I'm saying. Chris Rock had a lot of restraint because, see, I agree with Charlamagne. When motherfuckers decide to go low, bro, all right, well, let's take it to the flow then. And I don't usually do that, but in certain situations like this, yeah, I'm all for it, bro, because there's no way you about to let that happen. But like I said, Chris Rock is a better man than me. I can only hope to one day possess that type of restraint. When I actually have something to lose one day, I pray that I actually have that type of restraint. Because, boy, like Chris Rock got to live with this. He got to listen to the bozos, crack jokes, and whatnot. And shout out to him, man. My man stood. His feet never moved. My man was stood there and took that, ate that. Ugh. The slap was nothing. He said, you hit like a bitch. You hit like a bitch. And like I said, man, this thing where y'all like to get sensitive over comedians' jokes, I've seen jokes from comedians that are legitimately offensive. That should not be jokes that people crack. But those jokes are rarely cracked anymore. Now, I'm going to ignore the fact that there's a lot of white comedians out there that crack a lot of racist jokes that are not funny, but people laugh at them. And I never hear those comedians brought to the light because they're not as big as these comedians. So, like I said, this assault that y'all got going on comedians right now, trying to monitor every fucking thing they say. When you try to tell me that what Chris Rock said was offensive, then that's where I say, I already thought it was dumb that y'all was trying to monitor some of the shit that they say. But that joke specifically is when I say, get the fuck out of my face. Like, just get the fuck out of my face. The man said, Jada, I love you, can't wait till G.I. Jane 2. What? Like, if that is a joke that pisses you off, don't show up to the show. Will Smith's biggest night of him finally winning an Oscar. Nobody's going to remember he won an Oscar. Nobody's going to remember the movie he won the Oscar for. They're just going to remember that this motherfucker went up there and slapped Chris Rock. And listen, like I said, I'm all for forgiveness. Will Smith can grow from this moment. He can, whatever the cliche bullshit people be saying after people do moronic shit like this. But I've seen this, and this is a perfect example of why I will tell my children when I have a buttload of them. It's okay to like celebrities. I don't even give a fuck if you like them to the point of idolization at times. But what I can't have you do, because I understand loving somebody so much just because of the craft they do, you fall so in love. Like, I see dudes every day idolize basketball players. It's not, and I see the version of it that's unhealthy, and I see the version of it that's truly inspiring. I understand both sides of it. I don't like that one side where it's actually annoying, but I understand both sides of it. So I get that. I get kids being inspired by these celebrities. What I will say is this. At this point, celebrities have to understand. I understand that most of these, and I'm going to tell my children, listen, you can like them. Like I said, you can borderline love them and all this shit. You cannot look to them as what to do, how to act. Like, none of that. Just don't do it. Because that shit that Will Smith pulled is not something you're teaching your child. That is not something you teach your children. That is not how you act. That's not how you act. For one, most of you motherfuckers who are saying that that's how you would react don't have children. And if you do, somebody need to come take your children. On top of that, the motherfuckers who have children and who actually do condone their children, most of the time you say if he hits you first or if she hits you first. That man Chris Rock didn't even touch this motherfucker. So what are you telling me right now? Like I said, he did that shit to the right person. Because his ass is not touching that seat if that's me. Either me and you boxing right there, or your ass is getting lit the fuck up. You and your bald-headed ass wife. Dead ass. Dead ass. Like there's no two ways around it, my guy. And my problem, and I got a lot of problems, but the level of disrespect, I already even told you, to me, is like some of the goofiest shit that I ever seen. But the level of disrespect, bruh. This motherfucker Chris Rock done cracked far worse jokes on other people in the past. And now you telling me that he should be offended, that somebody should be offended. That's interesting. If you the individual that get offended by everything a comedian say, why do you choose to continue to watch comedians? It's like somebody saying they lactose intolerant but continuing to eat dairy products and drink dairy products. It makes no sense. If you hate something so much, if you are offended by something so much, why do you continue to watch it? Because you're not going to convince me that what comedians are out here doing is too offensive and whatnot. They are doing their jobs. They have a unique ability to turn situations into jokes. They don't go out there with the intent to hurt people's feelings or to be malicious. They go up there with the intent of making you laugh. And I hope Chris Rock don't, from here on out, go around and have to censor his jokes to make sure nobody... Nah. If anything, Will Smith about to be a part of my set from here on out. I'm about to crack this motherfucker upside his head with a joke every fucking set I do. I hope every comedian go after his ass, because that shit was whack. Every comedian should have Chris Rock's back on this. Without a doubt. Like, I can't even crack a joke now. Because your sensitive ass gonna come in. Like, what? I just don't understand how you have this type of energy for a motherfucker like Chris Rock who cracked that little lighthearted ass joke. But you don't have this type of energy for the motherfucker who blowing your wife's back out. You don't have this energy for the same motherfuckers that's on Twitter talking about you and your wife aggressively, disrespectfully, all the time. It's celebrities and other comedians who done crack jokes on your wife who you could easily pull up on. I have not heard of you doing that. But you got this type of energy for what? In this setting. My boy, if Jada driving you this crazy, it might time to hit them divorce papers. And then I saw his little punk ass son talking about some that's what we do. Bro, Jaden, I will whoop your ass, bro. No cap, like, dog. Bro, see, this the problem, bro. Chris Rock gotta have hitters on hand, bro. Because that's another problem I have, bro. When you got goofs sitting around, like, I remember one time I lived in this apartment complex, right? And this dude had hit her. This dude's name was Vaughn, bro. To this day, I done thought this dude was a bitch. And my homies can tell you about him. Dude had he had got a rebound and hit a shot over me and this other dude because this goof on my team. And I don't really want to attack the dude on my team, but he made a goofy decision. I was going up for the rebound, and I already had the rebound in my hand. And for some reason, he jumped up on me, too, and tried to take it out of my hands like he thought I was on the other team for some reason. And he was doing stupid shit the whole game. So I think he was just past high. Like, he was on the level of high to which he could no longer be outside hooping. And so Vaughn realized it and went up and took it out of the air because it was just in the air fumbled because bruh took it out of my hand and fumbled. And Vaughn took it and finished it. And started talking hella shit, like screaming like he just won an NBA championship or some shit, talking about some little nit. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this? Like, I'm telling you, like, dead ass the situation. I'm turning around. I'm looking at the palm. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker? I said, why yeah? And I'm talking to myself, right? This motherfucker look at me and say, what you trying to do about it? I say, what the fuck? I said, bro, you just got a rebound over this motherfucker because of him. I said, what are you excited about? He looked at me and said, we can fight about it. I said, oh, this motherfucker picked the wrong motherfucker to test. Because to this point, everybody was out there bitching Vaughn. Like, Vaughn couldn't pick fights with nobody because most of the dudes who didn't like him was bigger than Vaughn, was taller than Vaughn in a sense. I wasn't taller than Vaughn. Vaughn had like 3 inches on me, but I was bigger than him. And maybe he didn't realize that I was bigger than him, but I was bigger than this little goofy motherfucker, right? And Vaughn, a light skin, real tatted up. And I pray that Vaughn hear this recording one day, because we can always, I don't want to say this on the thing because I don't want to never lose no. So I'm not going to say what I was about to say, because I was about to say something. But I do pray he hear this one day and he can DM me about this and we can figure this thing out. Because I don't even want to say that, man. Just ignore what I just said, man. I'm trying to be better than that. But listen, regardless, he looked at me and was like, oh, we can. So basically people had been, he had been getting punked by everybody else. So he looked at me and was like, oh, this is my opportunity to show motherfuckers like not to fuck with me or something. But my homies and whatnot already knew that I could fight. They already knew that I could wrestle and all that. They basically was saying to themselves, oh, Jay about to put this Saint about to put this motherfucker on his head. So as we on the basketball court, right? It's a full court, blacktop at the apartment complex. We starting to fight, and it's not really a circle going on. It's really scattered and whatnot, right? And I'm right in front of him at first. But he doing a lot of moving around as if he a boxer or something, right? I'm not doing all that moving around. I'm just waiting to get my opportunity to stick him. Well, he started jogging backwards. Well, first off, he started bouncing backwards a little bit. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is interesting. And he tried to jab at me. And I'm like, okay, he missed that one. He keep moving backwards, and I'm moving forward, and he throw another jab at me. And this time it connected a little bit. And I'm like, all right, bro. But that was nothing. That was a feather touching my face. That's nothing. I got a very strong chin, but I don't suggest people just be taking chin shots. But this wasn't nothing. This was like literally a love tap. But now it's people getting in front of both of us for some reason. And I can't quite figure out why they trying to break this up, because nothing really done happened. But I know it's people who clearly irritated that this motherfucker Vaughn is moving backwards. He is not standing right there trying. See, where I'm from, when we people say they want to fight, we stand right in the middle of each other. We stand right in front of each other and start fighting. We start throwing blows. You wrestle them up. Whatever you have to do to win that fight, you start to. But it ain't no running backwards and shit like that, like we in a boxing ring or something like that. And you try. No. It ain't none of that. If you dodging blows, you dodging them standing right in front of me. You ain't finna be playing hopscotch backwards, bro. That's not what's about to happen. You're not finna have your own personal backwards track meet. So people stand in front of us, right? And they basically trying to break it up because they want to get back to the game. Well, this motherfucker Vaughn runs in and takes a cheap shot at me and throws another jab and cheap shots me over everybody. Like, there's a couple people in front of us and he cheap shot me. At the side of my ear, I hear my homeboy say, oh, nah, fuck that, let him fight. And so motherfuckers, I guess they agreed, because they started to break it, like they started to back out and let us try to get the fight going again. From that point forward, Vaughn backed up every fuck. Now, I'm pissed off now because I'm like, this motherfucker really just tried to hit me. Like, he really just threw that little sucker punch, like, while everybody was in front of me. So now I done lost all my discipline for like a hot 2 seconds, bro. If you done ever fought before, took up training and shit, you know you should never fight when you pissed off. You should never fight with your emotions unless you ultra great. But for a quick second, I was pissed off, so I threw 2 swings. If these connect, his ass dropping. Like, he about to be put down if either one of these 2 overhands connect. The reason neither one of them connect is because this motherfucker is fully running backwards now. Like, this is a full backwards jog as if he is a cornerback. He is straight up backpedaling right now. And my homeboys trying to make a circle, right? But they is not forming a full circle, and Von is still moving backwards, bro. He can try to dispute this story all he want to, bro. It was too many motherfuckers there who can dispute the story. And like I say, I'm just gonna tell you right now, bro. If the motherfucker ever want to set up an organized MMA fight or something like that, like where we just go into an octagon, not like in the MMA or nothing like that, but you know, you can have these type of fights in gyms and shit. If he ever want to do that, I'm always gonna be up for that. Always gonna be up for that. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be a long, cause that motherfucker was telling me. I remember for the thing, the motherfucker was like he boxed. Whoop-de-fucking do, my boy. You step into an octagon with me, that boxing will be obsolete, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I'm putting you on your head and I'm going to tap you out, bro. I'm putting you to sleep, bro. I can beat you up and box you all I want. Nah, I'm going to actually maul you, my guy. But this motherfucker started back sprinting, and my homeboy gets pissed off. And so at the corner of my eye, I see my homeboy moving over a little bit. So now he all in my view, and my homeboy is trying to move behind Von to push him towards me. But Von is moving at such a sprint backwards. Like, I'm like, yo, it is no way that this, like, dead ass. I stopped moving. I stood still, and I said, bruh, is you trying to fight or is you running? Because I'm not finna be doing this chasing shit with you, bruh. You either come here and fight me right now or I'm done with this, bruh. Dead ass. But when I told him I was done, I said I wasn't done like I'm done fighting. Like, I'm done. I'm finna run to the crib real fast and I'll be back. That's what's about to happen. Either you about to fight me right now or we finna handle this some other type of way. That's where I was at that point in time. Because like my homeboy was saying it, like, bro, why is this motherfucker running? Why are you running? Why are you running? Like, and like I said, bro, one day if he hear this, bro, he could try to dispute it all he want to, bro. It was too many witnesses there, bro. See, honestly and truly, I'm pretty sure he realized once I took my coat off that I was bigger than him, and he did not want to have me connect with one of those haymakers that I threw at him. But in all honesty, I think what he thought he was gonna do was knock me out with one of them little weak ass jabs that he say he got from boxing training. And when he realized neither one of them two cheap shots worked, he decided he was gonna run the whole time and thought that I was finna chase him. But I was like, no, sir. No. That's not what's about to happen. You gonna bring your bitch ass right here in the middle. I even let you start the fight by swinging on me first. But what's not about to happen, we're not about to have a fucking track meet, my boy. I'm not playing chicken. I'm not finna keep chasing you around this fucking court, my boy. That's not gonna happen. That shit to this day pisses me the fuck off. Because dude really was running, my G. Like, he had no intentions of trying to fight. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really remember why I told that story. But I'm glad I told that story. But let's get back to this Will Smith shit. Because I knew this shit was going to take me a minute. I knew this wasn't going to be able to be another a combination of wrestling with Saint and talking about this issue, man. Because this shit, like I said, bro, this shit truly do bother me. For one, bro, y'all got to stop this shit where y'all trying to tell me or tell people, oh, comedians need to learn how to tell better jokes. Bro, for one, every single joke a comedian tells is going to offend somebody. It's just the nature of the business. Somebody will be offended, and a lot more people will like the jokes. It is what it is. But it's very rare that you have comedians out there legitimately going out there to tell jokes, to hurt people's feelings, to degrade people and shit like that. That shit used to happen. That shit don't happen no more. Like I said, for one thing, some people is going out there commenting on a joke that they didn't even hear. I see motherfuckers who going out there saying, like, oh, the joke was so malicious and whatnot. Clearly you did not watch the joke or hear the joke. You just watched him get slapped, and you're just speaking off of what you think might have been said, not what was actually said. Because I will continue to say it. There's no way that joke is what got that type of energy out of Will Smith. Or Bozo Smith. It's no way. No fucking way. I refuse to believe that joke got that type of energy. He decided to do that, pull that stunt, because he was tired of the internet the last 3 years clowning his goofy ass for information that was spilled by him and his wife. And I just think the funniest thing about this entire situation is that Jada and August Alsina probably laughed about that shit the same night. Can you believe what this motherfucker Will went up there and did? Made a fucking donkey out of himself. But shout out to Chris Rock, man. Like I said, I wish I could have that type of restraint. Because now that I think about it, fuck fighting that motherfucker. Fighting that motherfucker gonna do something for me. If I keep cracking these jokes, if I really unleash these jokes, well, that motherfucker really finna have to get a workout in, because he really finna have to come back up on this stage and fight me, because I'm finna let his ass. But I'm about to let the clip go. I'm telling you right now, you and your wife really gonna be offended after I'm done. 2 seconds into this, you and your wife gonna be offended, because I'm gonna start it off by saying you and your wife both some bitches. Now let's get it going. Dead ass. You got this type of energy for me? When August Alsina fucking your... Alright, buddy. Listen, man. I appreciate y'all for joining me, man. I had to drop that, man. I just think that was embarrassing. I think that was probably some of the most goofy, embarrassing shit I've ever seen from a celebrity that I had so much respect for. And like I said, don't really look up to celebrities. Don't really care for them too much, in the sense that I just think a lot of them do a lot of nut shit that they was not raised to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you weren't raised like this. Like, why do you do this? Why are you like this? This is not what you were raised to do. You got some money in your pockets, and now you done fucking lost your morals, your respect, your all that type shit. Like, nah, fuck that. That's whack. What Will Smith did was top tier type whack shit to me. Like I said, I'm not a fucking comedian, but I understand. Like I said, I'm not an athlete, and I fucking understand what these motherfuckers go through. You don't have to be a certain person or have a certain occupation to understand what motherfuckers go through. And like I said, not mad at Will Smith defending your wife. That's not him defending his wife. That's him defending his ego or whatever the fuck it was. But it wasn't defending your wife. Because if you defending your wife, then why don't you check her when she the one releasing all this goofy ass information about your goofy ass? Why don't you check her? I just don't understand that. Motherfuckers talk about being a man. Well, be a man in your own household. Check your wife. And put a leash on your fucking, or a muzzle on your goofy ass motherfucking son, bro. Dead ass. Because that motherfucker probably weigh 190 something pounds or 180 pounds soaking wet, man. Tell him to stop. Hey, 50 Cent made a song called The Funeral. And he said, hey, that motherfucker a ball player. He better play ball. Don't get involved in shit that you don't know about, buddy. Play ball. You a ball player. Hey, I don't know what the fuck his son is, because he's not a good actor. He's not a good rapper. Or whatever, musician. You keep doing what you doing, bruh. You stay out of grown folk business. Talk about that's what we do. Bruh, I would have slapped you, though. It ain't gonna be no slapping. Like I would have said, I would have put your dad down, and after I saw that tweet, I would have came out there looking for your goofy ass too, and I would have slapped your ass. Bitch slapped you. And I don't condone violence, man. I don't condone violence. I used to. I used to think violence was the answer to every situation. But the more I done matured, the more I done grown, I realized that is not the... I was legitimate. After I had came from training the other day, I had legit sat in my car after I had got done fight training. And I said to myself, man, I'm kind of tired of fighting motherfuckers. Like, I legit had just got done fighting, had headgear on and everything, and I was like, after the training session, I just sat down, and after so many years of fighting and shit, I was just like, I think I'm tired of fighting. Like, I don't like fighting no more. Like, I don't have that same passion to gear up and fight, or just not even sometimes gear. I just don't have that passion to fight motherfuckers no more like I used to. Whether it be like, I don't fight over altercations because it's very rare somebody can piss me off to that point anymore. But anger management will help you out a great. What's funny about anger management is it don't help you until you done with it. Like, the 3 years I was doing it did not help. As soon as I was done with it, it started working. I was like, it's funny how that works. But do not condone violence. But when you have a motherfucker come to your doorstep with that type of buffoonery, all rules is out the window. But shout out, like I said, to Chris Rock for handling that in the manner of which he did, because it couldn't have fucking been me. Y'all have a dope motherfucking day, man. Tell somebody you're fucking with them. Tell somebody you love them. Say now.
How the fuck I pay a couple card notes and ain't even whipping? How the fuck I'm putting food on the table while I ain't living? Cursed from being alone with these dreams of a happy home. So when I think it's really love, I give them anything they want. I got stupid shit I did as a kid defining me lately. When I try to open up a new chapter, they still hate me. My mental, my only drug, so I'm doing this shit alone. Last time I fought depression and she got me on my zone. One bad move from thuggery, hit record from luxury. Pop said some shit that stuck with me. All it take is a mustard seed. Yesterday I copped $40 of pot those. Homie in